Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Boomy. Good morning to you. I am excited about this video we're going to make because it's been a minute since my father and I have been together to have a crypto conversation. So, we are about to have a crypto conversation with my father, Bitcoin Zeke, all the way from Ghana. And it was his birthday 2 days ago. So, a lot of you all wished him happy birthday. But again, happy birthday, Daddy. The internet showed you lots of love. You know what? Some
Thank
people were
you.
asking me, what part of Ghana is your father in? So explain, where are you? Because you're not in Accra, but you're like outside of Accra.
I'm in Greater Accra. It's an area called Oyefa, and it's about 50 minutes from Accra.
Oh, okay.
It's north of Accra, going toward Abri.
North of Accra going towards a bridge. So my father moved to Ghana last August. August the 9th, he left. He had his reasons. He said, I'm going. Then in December, my mother joined him. And that's where they are. Good morning. I see people on Facebook watching and saying hello. Happy birthday to you, Daddy. So I haven't been yet. So I guess maybe I'll go before the year's out, but they're like loving life over there in Ghana. My mother's not dealing with the heat too well, but but other than that, they're having a great time. All right, so we'll do another video about Ghana. Today we're here to talk about crypto. Now, you all know my father just had a birthday. 82 years young, moved over there to Ghana, and he is a senior on the go with crypto since 2017, guys. We've been making videos telling our people, like, you guys got to learn about the space. My father's been a Bitcoin maximus since 2017. He called me. I remember, Dad, you called me. He was living in Panama. He was like, Boomy, you know, I've been studying this Bitcoin thing for 8 hours a day. For 8 hours a day, I've been studying cryptocurrency. He said, this thing is real. It's a technology. You got to learn it. He said, our family missed the internet boom. We didn't get wealthy. We were here for it. We used the internet and participated, but this is something we can get wealthy on. Do you remember that conversation?
Absolutely, I remember that conversation. And at that time, Bitcoin was about $1,000, and Ethereum was $44, and we bought on some.
Yeah, but that, you have to feel like, oh my God, like, why didn't I buy 10 of them at that time?
Yes.
Right? But hey, it is what it is. So, all right, we've been doing these videos since 2017. Now it's what? Oh my gosh, 8 years later.
24. Almost. Yeah, it's
Crazy.
8 years. Because I think that was March when I called you. Yeah.
Wow. Okay, here
eight
we are
years.
later, and we're still working on educating the people. So we're going to do this about short videos. Not going to be too short. It's going to be probably maybe 15 minutes. So listen as long as you can, because we want you to get the understanding and not to miss this. Some people have been watching and listening to us for 7 years, been inspired, but have never took action. So, Daddy, let's talk first about why people should even embrace the crypto space. Then let's talk about the Bitcoin halving that's coming up and the potential of what that means in this bull run. And then we'll go on to some other things. But why should people now? Because a lot of people saying, oh, I know I'm probably missed it. Maybe it's too late. Why should people embrace cryptocurrency and blockchain?
I feel real energized uh, today, Boomy. I feel energized most days. I mean, I feel like I'm up, I'm high. And I just want to start by saying, look at my T-shirt. I told you so.
You
I
did.
told you so in 2017 and 2018, 2019, 2020. We told a lot of people in 2020, 21, 22. Now here's 24. I'm telling you so. So I don't want to have to wear this shirt next year and say, I told you so. So I want you to start to take action now. Now is the time. It's not too late. I mean, we're still early in this space, and people have to understand that. We're early in space. Bitcoin is somewhere like 61,000 today. But I would not be surprised by the end of this year, it'll be 100,000 or maybe more. By the end of the whole cycle, I mean, we're probably looking at a $250,000 for Bitcoin. I know you may not believe that, but there's data suggesting that could be a real possibility.
Hmm. So with that said, so if somebody entered into buying Bitcoin, let's say it's 70,000, right? And it with the potential to go to 25, was it 250,000, then that would
Hmm.
be them tripling. Yeah, that would be them tripling their money basically, right?
Right, that would be like what we call 3x.
3x, right? So, but your philosophy has been to buy and hold. So let's talk about that, because some people are thinking like trading or like, oh, how do I get in to make money fast? But that's not your philosophy. Talk a little bit about that. What's the best way for people to enter into the market so that they come out winning? I guess if we want to use those terms.
Well, my philosophy is to buy and hold. And the reason I'm a Bitcoin hodler is because I can't find anything else better to buy. If you look back at the last 15 years, Bitcoin almost 15 years old, there's no other asset that has done better in appreciation than Bitcoin.
Not
We
gold.
can not gold, not silver, not real estate, not stocks, not bonds, not nothing.
Hmm.
Really. So that's a good reason. But uh, Bitcoin is a new technology. I mean, you don't have to understand all of it. You have just understand that it is an asset that's growing. It's an asset that's, it's like now they're calling it digital gold. A lot of people that's been holding gold, they're moving some of the gold to Bitcoin, and this is expected that for the next 2 years, Bitcoin, what we call, will eat gold. Bitcoin or asset value will be greater than gold. The market value would be greater than gold. So no, not even gold. But let's get back into what people need to do to get involved in the Bitcoin space. Uh, let's start with coming up with a plan. You
Hmm.
know, and the best plan for Bitcoin is to have a long-term perspective because it is volatile. You know, one thing for sure, it will go up. Another thing for sure, it will go down.
Yes.
Those you can go to the bank on that. Okay, now if that's the case, and if you know that's the case, then well, you want to figure out what's the time frame of this up and down. And we kind of looked at that, but we talked about that a lot in 2021. Remember, we took the kids down to Florida and
Hmm.
had like a family seminar. So every so often, like 4 years, within 4 years, that cycle repeats itself. And
Hmm.
I said, if it repeats itself, okay, then I know how to address it. So if I know it's going to go down, then I know what to do. If I know it's going to go up, I know what to do. So I don't know exactly when, but I know within a 4 year window.
Hmm.
So your goal should be at least 4 years. It should be 4 years, 10 years, 20 years, and on. But and then in that cycle, let's take today where we are right now. We're in an up part of the cycle. The market is going up. It's called a bull market. Um, anytime is a good time to get in Bitcoin, whether it's up or down. Now is a good time. It's 61,000 today. Has a potential of going up to 100,000 by the end of the year. So that's a good time to get in. But understand that bull market is going to turn into a bear market. It's going to go down.
Yeah.
And this is where we talked about this so many times, but this is where people they miss it. When it
Hmm.
goes down, the FUD kicks in, fear kicks in, and they say, well, oh, it's going down. I bought to sell. Why would you sell? Where you gonna put your money is a better place. And they
Mm,
sell, and they come in now. They buy at 60 or 70. It goes to 80 or 90, and then uh, in 2027, the cycle starts to repeat itself. It goes down. It may go down to, you know,
80.
80,000, 80,000.
Mm-hmm.
So, and if you understand the cycle, that's the time to buy more. I was,
Mm-hmm.
Bitcoin's been up to 73,000, and it's been in it's been dropping. The dip, I've been buying. I bought today. I bought yesterday. I mean, it's cheaper than it was uh, 3 weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
So you buy when it's down, you sell when it's up. Boom. Can I say that again?
Say it again for the people in the back.
You buy when it's down, you sell when it's up.
Buy
I
low,
mean,
sell higher. That's the formula.
yeah,
And most people have done it backwards over the
yeah. That's a formula over a window of time.
years.
Over a window of time, and that window is generally at least 4 years. If you
Mm-hmm.
get that, I mean, you can get in and not lose money. See,
Mm-hmm.
because if you understand the cycle, when it goes down, I mean, it's probably going to come back up. It has always come back up. So why would you sell and lose money? You just hold, and when you hold, you're going to be at the bottom when it starts to come back up to the top.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, in 2017, we bought. I haven't basically sold, but there's a time to sell, and I'll probably do some of that this cycle because a lot of the sources said this might be a super cycle.
What does
It
that
might
mean?
be a super cycle means it runs longer than normal. Usually a cycle might run uh, 12 months. They're saying this one might run 18 months.
Mm.
So it's a super cycle. So
The,
if that's the case,
the up market, the bull market, they're predicting it may go longer than normal for the amount of time
yeah,
that
yeah, it
okay.
may go longer. Instead of going up for 12 months, it might go up for 18 months.
Hey, let me tell
So
you what Anthony's saying. He said, let's hope we see some Bitcoin prices around 52,000 or lower so we can buy at lower prices. If Bitcoin drops to 40, that would be a wonderful Christmas gift. Buy, buy, buy. I think right now, I don't think we're going to go back to 40, but you know,
yeah, that would be nice, but I think that's fantasy land. You know,
right.
because there's too many big players in now. I mean,
Mhm.
they're not going to wait till 40 to buy in. I mean, it hit 73, now it's down to 60, 61. This buying time now.
Mhm.
I don't think we're ever going to go below 50. I mean, that would be a buying opportunity. But you know, but the point is, we can wish for these things, but
Right.
we can't control the wishing. But what
Mhm.
we can control is we can control the now.
Mhm.
Buy now, long term, and if you buy now at 60 or 70, what would you say if the market does its potential and by the end of next year it's at 200? Or would you try to wait till it goes down to 40 and you wait until it goes down to 40 and it goes up to 200 and you missed it?
Mhm.
So,
Because
you know,
and
you boom, we're trying to tell our audience, don't try to get the bottom. Don't try
right.
to, time the market because you just don't, people are not successful at timing the market. The key is having time in the market.
Mhm.
Time in the market will get you towards the goal as opposed to trying to time in the market. Jason.
I think part of your success has been well, you take your own advice. This philosophy you're sharing with people is what you live by. So you weren't trying to like you were just riding out the winters because you believed in Bitcoin as a technology so much and you knew what was going to happen. I mean, you were telling me about BlackRock back in 2017. You were telling me about JP Morgan and how they were duping people back in, back then. So all the stuff they're talking about now, like, okay, we knew that 7 years ago that they were really trying to do an okey doke on on everybody, telling them don't buy Bitcoin. And all of a sudden, some years later, oh, that's one of our asset classes that we're promoting. But Anthony was saying, remember when it was 60 and a few years ago it dropped back to 18? Well, it's not going to do that big pullback now that we're going into a bull run. So one day, let's see if it does get back to 50 or 40, that would be after the summer when things are going up, after the bull market. Then when the retracement comes back and we head back into the bear market, it may retract back. What does it typically do, Daddy? 70 or 80%?
Well, yeah, typically 70 to 80, but we don't think it's going to go that greater percentage anymore. We're thinking maybe 40, 50, maybe 60, but it's not likely to go do 80 retracement. So you figure out where it is, and I mean, if it dips to 30, people are buying like crazy. Then we're getting around that 30 mark now. When it dipped back to 20 a couple of weeks ago, people were buying. So
back to 20.
20, the dip was 20 down.
Oh, 20%, you mean?
20% down, yeah.
Oh, okay.
20% from the high, yeah. So what you were saying, that I had this confidence. I had this confidence for 7 years because when I first got into it, I didn't know anything about it. I was living in Panama, basically retired on the beach, and I had time to study it. I studied it literally every day. I came to the conclusion that there was one of these technologies like Google, like Facebook, like Microsoft, all these technologies, and when they're new, they fluctuate like Bitcoin does. And I said, okay, I understand that, and people don't have a lot of confidence in them when they're new like that. I remember when Apple was $3 and people was, saying they were selling it. They said, it's not going to come back. Now what, $1,000. So, but I studied it and I had the confidence that it was here to stay. It was a technology. It was a store of value. It was safe. It was permissionless. You don't have to have people permission to buy, to sell it, to store it, to hold it. So I learned all of that, and I had this confidence that, okay, it is here to stay. I'm getting in on this. I don't have anything to lose. I'm taking a long-term perspective. I looked at the cycles. I mean, every 4 years, it was absolutely at a higher high. And I said, okay. I said, Jerry, we missed the other one. We're not going to miss this one. And then we got involved, and we went through the big bear market in 18. I didn't sell. I just rode that out, and because I know what the cycle is going to do.
Right? So many people are like, oh my God, I'm losing money. And we told people you only lose if you sell. It's just a paper loss, but it's a realized loss if you sell at those lower prices. Just wait for it to come back up. But I think so many people, finances maybe will be against the wall. Maybe that's money they needed to get to or something. So that's another reason people need to have multiple streams of income and some cash flow. So you can have, look, this is my portion over here that I'm not touching for, such and such years, and I'll come back to that later. But meanwhile, you're not counting on having to get to and use that money for any certain thing. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense. Now I got a lot of confidence in Bitcoin, but people need to know there's no investment that's not risky. There's none. That's what investment is about. You're taking a risk reward. You look at the risk reward factor. So I mean, you're certainly not going to put money in a Bitcoin or any other investment that's your mortgage money. Ideally, you need to have this money that if worse came to worse, you okay with losing it.
Right. Never invest more than you can afford to lose is a principle that you should always live by.
Absolutely. Absolutely. You do that, you're very comfortable with riding out the bear market because, it's not your mortgage money. You You can wait and you can afford to wait it out until it gets higher and then sell. Don't sell when it's low and lose
Right.
money. Sell when it's high and take a profit.
Well, let's talk about dollar cost averaging because some people are like, "Oh, I certainly can't afford a whole Bitcoin. I don't have, 25,000 to put in." So let's talk about how they can get started and why dollar cost averaging and what that is.
Yeah, I learned about dollar cost averaging way back when in the A.R. Williams days. You don't need 25,000. You might need $25. I mean, you could dollar cost averaging literally with $25 and work your way up to 50, 100, whatever, But dollar cost averaging is a tried and proven concept of putting a fixed amount of money into it every single week or month, basically at the same time, and you will average out. It's a dollar amount. You averaging out your cost, dollar cost averaging. You simply averaging out your cost, and usually you end up buying more, accumulating more when the market is down. So when it's down, you accumulate more, so you have more to take profit from when it goes up. But it's an easy concept, and I mean, I recommend that for people to get started. Some people say, "Oh, I don't have $60,000 to buy one Bitcoin." I mean, it's divided into 8 decimal points. It goes so you can get by literally any amount.
So with dollar cost averaging, basically a person can say, man, all I have is $100 a month. So they're buying $100 every month and they may be buying at 60,000 today. Next month they may be buying at 70, then it could be at 65. So it's going to be you're buying at different values, but it's all going to average out over time. So you're not trying to time it. You're not trying to play the market. You're just, it's going to end up being an average, but your commitment is to, I'm doing this consistently over time, and consistency over time for a long enough period of time, guys. Absolutely. You win when you do that.
Absolutely. I just need to, reemphasize that, Boomy, because time and consistency will get you there. Time and consistency will get you there. So you just be consistent at $100 a month or $200 a month, whatever you can do. Over time, you'll be surprised at the accumulation because the eighth wonder of the world will kick in.
Compound interest.
Absolutely.
Yes. Awesome. Awesome. So as we start to conclude, let's wrap it up by just talking about again, like the importance, because we've been telling people, listen, we're just doing this for education. We're doing this just to tell you our beliefs, what our family's been doing. We're not making any recommendations for you. We're just kind of just letting you know our thoughts and philosophies. But we do feel very strongly. We got this book. I don't know if you told me to get this book or not. I think you did. Bitcoin and Black
Yeah.
America.
Hmm.
Even when we were in the insurance business years ago, we talked about closing the wealth gap and how there's a big gap between uh, our people and others as far as the amount of wealth ownership. And so here we are, guys, where there's a new financial asset class that has just come about in the last 15 years. That means there's a whole world of opportunity out here. Oh, you got yours too. Oh, we twinning, we twinning. I gotta take a awesome, awesome. Great minds think alike, and I got part of his mind in me. But yeah, so we just want people, all people, but we're telling our people, guys, and I'm telling women, ladies, come into the crypto space, learn about it. Don't watch other people become millionaires, get rich, profit from it, gain their portfolio, and you're just sitting there and listening to them talk. This is easy enough for the average man or woman to be a part of it, where you can participate and help your family's legacy. So that's my story. I'm sticking to it. Any closing words that you have to say today for the people?
Well, the bottom line is simply get involved. That's
Mhm.
the key because this market is about to take off.
Yeah.
We in the 2024 now. It's about to take off. Get involved, but in your involvement, have a plan. You know, the market's going to do what the market's going to do, and the
Mhm.
market's going to go up and down. And don't panic when the market goes down because if you're in this for the long haul, that is a buying opportunity. It just went on sale when it goes down.
Mhm.
If you can understand that philosophy, then you're gonna come out ahead over time. See, the thing is, this is not a get rich quick, but it is a get rich.
Yes, yes. I'm sorry, somebody just messaged me there. It's not get rich quick, but it can be get rich. Let's talk about the Bitcoin halving real quick, because what does that typically mean? And it's coming up in what, a few days. So people are going to be hearing about that, the halving, and what typically happens after that. So let's end with that.
Yeah, the Bitcoin having, and it's been the talk of the town for months now, and we've within 72 hours of it happening. So right now, the miners, when they complete successfully complete a block on the blockchain, they get a reward. The reward is they get 9 Bitcoins when they complete that. So this is what they mine, this is what they do, this is what they get. Every 4 years, that is half. It started when Bitcoin started, they got 50 Bitcoins. And
Hmm.
then 4 years later, they got 25. And then 4 years later, they got 12 and a half. Then so forth. So now it's going down to like 4.5 in the next few days that's being produced. So the supply is basically shrinking. So with a smaller supply and a greater demand, and the demand, there's a demand shock that's going on in a big way because Wall Street, institutional investors, the 401ks, all that big money is coming in, and there's not many bitcoins available. Uh, the hollers are holding about 14 million bitcoins.
Hmm.
It's only about 4 million bitcoins that in the supply market to buy. If that being the case, and there's about another 4 million has been lost that will never be recovered. So
Wow.
the supply is small. The demand is great. Economic 101, that equals price discovery increase in price. So, guys, now it's time to get involved. Do dollar cost averaging. Do your research. Understand the market and take a long-term perspective. And Boomy, I think they would do fine.
Awesome, awesome. Well, guys, I hope you enjoyed that little bit of crypto conversation from my father. He and my mother, I think mommy came up with seniors on the go with crypto. So I tell my friends who are the senior age, y'all learn about this. Be a senior on the go with crypto. Ladies, women, be women in crypto. We need more women to come to this way. And anybody who cares about wealth creation and not letting this new financial asset class pass you by and getting in on it, like with all that get understanding. We had someone to say, I appreciate you and your dad pouring great value into us. You are welcome. I can't see the name of that person, but hey, Daddy, let's hold our books up together so I can take a screenshot of us at the same time.
Yeah, but before I do that, Boomy, uh, when we come back next year, guys, I don't want to say I told you so.
Right.
You see that shirt? I told you. I don't want to say to you, I told you so. I told you to get involved when it was 60,000. I told you to get involved when it was 70,000. I told you to get involved when it was 90,000. I don't want to say I told you so. So
Right, right.
I'm telling you now. So next year, when it's potentially 100 or 200, and if you didn't get in, I'm going to say I told you so.
And look, we don't want them to say, man, I wish I had. We want you all to say, oh, I'm so glad I did. That's what you want to say. I'm so
Yeah,
glad I did. So hold your book up. Let
indeed.
me get the screenshot real quick. It's upside down. It's not upside
Okay.
down. All right, ready? All right, we got it. All right, guys, you all have an awesome day. And remember, you are more powerful than you know. It's time to take action. See you later. Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Hold on, Daddy.